We took all the Pokemon out of Pokemon Platinum. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, what does that even mean? Pokemon with no Pokemon, my mind can't even comprehend this. Well, allow me to explain. A few months ago, I reached out to Team Subbit with an idea for a Pokemon hack with no Pokemon. The idea was that every Pokemon sprite would be replaced with the same image, leaving it impossible to tell which Pokemon you're facing just by looking at it. The premise of the challenge is to figure out what Pokemon you're using or fighting based off the moves the Pokemon is using. Pokemon cries have also been replaced with Bidoof's cry to deny any extra hints of what the Pokemon may be. Obviously, the game must be randomized in order for this really to be a challenge, and I decided to try this out with regular Nuzlocke rules as well. I just need to give one last thank you to Team Subbit and XLuma for making this idea of mine a reality. Simply couldn't have done it without them. With all that being said, let's take a look at how exactly this run played out. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed this video, to subscribe for more content, and make sure you follow me on Twitch so you can see challenges like this live. Alright, let's skip all that intro dialogue and jump right to the starter. The thing about the starter Pokemon in Platinum is that the game displays the Pokemon category. As you can see, we had the option of the Bronze Bell Pokemon, the Shield Pokemon, and the Tender Pokemon. Chat and I took an educated guess that the Bronze Bell was probably Bronzor or Bronzong, the Shield Pokemon was definitely Shieldon or Bastiodon, and we had no clue what the Tender Pokemon was, so we decided to choose that. And thank God we did, because after checking our starter's ability, we noticed it had Marvel Scale, which means it can only be one Pokemon, Milotic. Milotic is such a tanky mon to have on the team, especially early game, so chat and I were definitely happy with our decision. After catching a Shroomish, Lunatone, Seeking, Aeron, and grinding the whole team up, it was time to take on the first gym. There is no telling what Rourke's first Pokemon was. Milotic was able to take it out with 2 Water Pulses, and the only move we saw was Howl. Water Pulse was also neutral as well, so if that gives you any clues as to what the Pokemon may have been. Rourke's second Pokemon was a poison type of some sort, using moves like Poison Gas and Sludge. This was no problem for Milotic at all, even landing a lucky crit to close out the kill a little earlier. I was 100% certain Rourke's last Pokemon was a Magikarp or Feebas because turn 1 it went for Splash. I guess I forgot Spoink learned Splash because the next turn I got hit with the Psybeam in the base. This mon was a little bit harder to take out. It landed a lucky crit on my Seeking that forced me to swap to my Aeron. And after that, some Paraflinch with Headbutt was more than enough to take Spoink out and secure us the first gym badge in Spriteless Platinum. Paraflinch is on deck. It's over. It's over. Give me the badge. Hand it over, buddy. Hand it over. Hot dog coming through. Let's go. At that Paraflinch. This is embarrassing. That's what I thought. That's exactly what I thought, Rourke. The Mars battle at the Valley Windworks was surprisingly easier considering she doesn't have her signature Perugly. Although we did have one close scare with Bite, we were able to beat Mars and continue to the Eterna Forest. On the way there, we got a Soul Rock encounter to go along with my Lunatone. It just seemed like the game at this point was set on giving me the worst possible encounter on each route. And to make it even worse, Cheryl decided to just kill my encounter in the Eterna Forest, so that was fun. God damn it, Cheryl. The team for Gardenia was Milotic, Shroomish, Lunatone, Wobbuffet, Seeking, and Aeron. No idea what her first Pokemon was, but it died to a few Water Pulses anyways, so it doesn't really matter. Same thing with Gardenia's second Pokemon. Milotic just ran through it with Water Pulse. And her last Pokemon, which was most likely Fighting type, went down to Milotic as well. I'm so glad we chose the Tender Pokemon, and if you haven't noticed by now, the nickname theme for our Pokemon is types of meat, so Milotic is the Tender you get it, okay. After beating Gardenia, we tried our luck at the Rotom encounter in the Old Chateau. Unfortunately, whatever the Pokemon was ended up killing Beef the Wobbuffet, so we eventually decided to run. That was such an avoidable death for a pretty good utility Pokemon, especially in Nuzlocke. We also had a super avoidable death during the Jupiter fight in the Galactic Hideout being Pork the Swineup. Rest in peace, little guy. That literally does nothing. Oh my god, I'm so dumb! But thankfully, Hot Dog the Aeron was able to come in and revenge kill, and Jupiter's last Pokemon, which was most likely a Ghost type based off the moves it was using, went down with a Bubble Beam from Prime Rib the Primplup. After catching Spam the Huge Power Marill and hatching our Togepi egg into Pastrami the Zigzagoon, it was time to take on Fantina's gym. The team for Fantina was Breloom, Linoon, Milotic, Growlithe, Glalie, and Diglett. Honestly, a pretty solid squad for this point in the game. Her first Pokemon was definitely a Grass type, so we swapped to Roast Beef the Glalie to handle it. One Icy Wind and it was goodbye Grass type. A strategy I would pick up on later in the run is leading only with bulky Pokemon until we were sure what Pokemon we were fighting. Glalie isn't the most frail Pokemon, but it's an Ice type, which means it has a lot of weaknesses. Unfortunately for Glalie, it's forced to eat a revenge after going for Icy Wind and gets one shot. Nothing you can really do about that one. Milotic comes in to finish the job with the Water Pulse, and it's on to Fantina's last Pokemon, which goes down to 2 super effective Water Pulses. Whatever that Pokemon was definitely was fully evolved or something, because Takedown did so much damage to Milotic, but either way, 3 gym badges down. Our next encounter went for Self-Destruct immediately, which could have been even worse if Stake the Breloom wasn't holding a Focus Sash. With that item, we were able to live the hit with exactly 1 HP and survive. Once we got to Salacion Town, we added Sausage the Metang to the team, which we somehow caught early on in the run. I think this may be the only Beldum I've ever successfully caught in the wild. Its catch rate is just way too low. But after that, we snagged a few encounters to the north, the northeast, and the Salacion Ruins. Now it's time to make our way to Veilstone to fight Maylene. Once we made it to Veilstone, we checked the randomized TMs at the department store and noticed Earthquake was available for sale. We had a Sandslash in the PC, so it seemed like a no-brainer to add Brisket to the team, teach it Earthquake, and give it the Soft Sand. This Pokemon ended up being a monster, absolutely running through Maylene's gym trainers as long as EQ was neutral. With Brisket the Sandslash on our side now, I was super cocky going into this gym fight. And Brisket did exactly what I thought it was going to do. It one-shot Maylene's first and second Pokemon with Earthquake. And after swapping to our starter Milotic, we were able to finish out the gym battle with a Water Pulse and claim the badge. 4 badges down, 4 more to go.
And there it is, chat. And there it is. Tamer Scott goes down 2 Earthquakes in a Milotic swap. That was one of the easiest gym badges we've got. I think that's the easiest gym fight so far.
On the way to Pastoria City, we got a really lucky encounter at the Ruin Maniac Cave. It ended up being a Lucario. Our Valor Lakefront encounter was also really good. Say hello to Pot Roast the Charizard. I forgot to save Dawn from the Galactic Grunts in Veilstone, so we had to make our way back before challenging the gym. And unfortunately, on the way back, I ran into a trainer with a Ghost type that used Mean Look on Pastrami the Linoon. This meant we couldn't switch out Linoon, and we didn't have any moves that could hit a Ghost type Pokemon. The Ghost type went for Curse, and within a few turns, Linoon fainted. And that's another mon for the Death Box, or should I say, the Butcher Shop. Our team going into the Wake battle was Lucario, Breloom, Milotic, Charizard, Metang, and Wishcash. I led off with Lucario and tried to sweep by setting up Swords Dances. Wake's first Pokemon was weak to fighting, so Force Palm easily took it out. After that, Wake brought out his ace Pokemon. Level 37. Now my whole team was level 33 at this point, so if this is a good Pokemon, we could be in a lot of trouble. I go for Force Palm when it does a little bit under half, but thankfully I do get the Paralyze. And if things couldn't get any scarier, Wake decides to set up a Swords Dance as well. One of the bulkiest Pokemon on my team is our starter Milotic, so I decide to switch in Milotic to possibly eat up the hit. Now we know nothing about this Pokemon at this point, only that fighting type is not very effective and it can learn Swords Dance. Sadly, Milotic takes a +2 critical hit Psycho Cut on switch in and gets taken out. This death really sucked, and if only I had known and we used Psycho Cut, Metang would have been the perfect switch in. Either way, I bring a Metang down with a few Metal Claws, and using our natural bulk to our advantage, the Pokemon goes down. I'm almost 99% sure that was a Gallade, by the way. And for Wake's last Pokemon, we let Mignon the Lucario handle it with a few Force Palms. We made it out without too much damage, but losing our starter was brutal. Next, we stalk a Galactic Grunt, talk to Cynthia, and make our way to Celestic Town. Here we have our first Cyrus battle, which wasn't too scary considering he only has 3 Pokemon now. Cyrus tries to make a VGC play and swap his first Pokemon out. We see the new Pokemon go for Magical Leaf, so it was safe to assume it was a Grass type. This is Charizard's cue to come in and Fire Fang for the kill. Cyrus brings in his first Pokemon again, which we know was weak to Grass, so Breloom comes in to finish the job with another Energy Ball plus Double Edge Recoil. And after a super unsafe play by yours truly, we're finally able to take Cyrus down. Seriously, man, the speed up gets the best of me sometimes.
Bullet Punch. Kill! Why? Okay, we still lived. That one's gonna kill, right? That one, surely. Okay.
After beating Cyrus and getting Surf, we make our way back to Jubilife to head west to Canalave, and we get super unlucky during the rival fight on the bridge. The rival's first Pokemon went down with ease, but his ace went for block the first turn it was out. Once again, this means no switching out. Unfortunately for us, we got stuck with Charizard out, and Fire Fang was doing no damage to this Pokemon at all. The following turn, I go for Fly, and it does nothing. And right when I realize we're fighting a Rock-type Pokemon, Charizard gets hit with an Ancient Power. We do end up surviving one, but there's no way we can take this Pokemon out in one hit. We're forced to lose Pot Roast the Charizard to another Ancient Power, and finish out the rest of the rival battle without it. After the rival battle, the only thing left to do in Canalave is take on the gym, and the first turn in one of the trainer battles, Stake the Breloom gets hit with a Psychic and dies in the blink of an eye. Our team for the Byron fight was Lucario, Metang, Hippowdon, Empoleon, Frostlass, and Breloom's replacement, Hitmonlee. Same strat as the last gym battle. Set up Swords Dance with Lucario and try to sweep. It seemed like our plan was falling into place. After 2 Earthquakes, Byron's first Pokemon goes down. We got the kill, but Lucario was left with half HP, so I decided to swap out to Prime Rib the Empoleon. And I guess Byron is a vegetarian or something, because Empoleon gets hit with the critical hit submission and gets taken out in 1 hit. We bring out Frostlass and Byron pulls a switch. Ice Beam does just under half to the new Pokemon, and after some struggle we're able to take it out because of a lucky Ice Beam freeze. He brings in the last Pokemon that killed Empoleon, who we assumed to be a fighting type. With this being the case, we felt it was safe to leave in Frostlass and go for the Ice Beam. This worked out perfectly as he went for another submission, which couldn't touch me obviously, and we were able to secure the gym badge. After getting the 6th badge, we went to go clear out Team Galactic from the lakes. Nothing notable at Lake Valor, but Sausage the Batang took a super unlucky Ember crit in the sun to get 1 shot. This hurt a lot because we were so close to a Metagross. And on the way to Snow Point City, we lost 4 Pokemon to a trainer starting with a critical hit Earthquake on Lucario. Next I send out Patty the Crobat who gets crit 1 shot again by a Slash. And then I send out Dugong who gets 1 shot by an Earthquake even without a crit. But just to add insult to injury, Sashimi the Hippowdon gets crit with an Earthquake and dies from full. 3 crit deaths in 1 battle. You simply cannot make this up. Our saving grace Frostlass comes in to finish off the Pokemon with an Ice Beam so we avoid the whiteout, but losing 4 Pokemon in 1 battle is never a good thing. After finally making it to Snow Point City, it was time to take on the 7th gym leader. And I always forget her name. I don't know if someone wants to let me know in the comments or something. The team was Hitmonlee, Frostlass, Walrein, Honchkrow, Golem, and Arcanine. We lead off with Hamburger the Arcanine, who's able to take out her first Pokemon in 1 hit. Next, her ace comes in, and Arcanine gets a nice little flamethrower burn to secure the 2-hit KO. The next Pokemon was most likely a Jirachi based off its usage of Zen Headbutt and Rest, and being weak to flamethrower as well. Not sure why gym leaders like to switch so much, but she ends up switching Jirachi for her last Pokemon. We bring in Chicken Wing the Honchkrow, who takes it out with 1 fly. And now there's just 1 more Pokemon left, the Jirachi, who's asleep with half health. We bring in Hamburger to finish the job and win us the battle. After that, we help our rival out at Lake Acuity and make our way back to Veilstone to the Team Galactic HQ. Nothing too crazy here except for the Cyrus fight at the end. We lead off with Arcanine and I get a vision from the future. It's not very effective, so this could be a water type, which sucks if I get hit with a Hydro Pump here. Am I fucking psychic? Am I psychic or some shit? Oh my god, bro. How is that even possible? Wait, how am I not dead? Thankfully, the Hydro Pump barely does any damage, which honestly confused me, but Arcanine lives another day. We bring in Walrein to finish the job with a few body slams. Cyrus's next Pokemon started setting up Toxic Spikes, which was a little scary. However, we bring in Turkey the Golem to seal the kill with an Earthquake. Cyrus's last Pokemon comes in and we bring out Honchkrow. I'm pretty sure this was a Drapion because it used a Bug Bite, Poison Fang, and it wasn't weak to Fly. Either way, Honchkrow was able to take it out with 2 flies, and there goes Cyrus. Once the Cyrus battle was over, we had a brief family reunion with the Lake Trio. Now we gotta go save our homies. We gotta go save our homies, chat. Family reunion. Yoxie, my boy, you looking great. You slim up a little bit. You start hitting that P90X. My boy, you drip or drow. Dogecoin? You hit it big? Hey, good shit. Good shit, my man. What about you? You've been moving around a lot, right? You've been traveling, studying abroad. I know you move around. Yeah, hopefully you chilling. Nothing notable happened in the Saturn battle, so we'll skip to the Mars and Jupiter double battle at the Spear Pillar. I get scared whenever there's a double battle where AI is your partner. It's so easy to get screwed over by your partner in these types of battles, so I was nervous to say the least. I lead off with Spam the Azumarill and go for an Earthquake. Thank God I clicked EQ because Jupiter's Pokemon goes for Belly Drum turn 1, and with the damage from Belly Drum, we're able to take the kill. That was a huge threat out of the way immediately. After knocking out a few Pokemon, I switched to Hamburger the Arcanine to get the Intimidate on both opposing Pokemon. My rival probably could have picked up the kill on Jupiter's Pokemon, but apparently Ingrain was the optimal play. Yes, sir, that magical leaf. Ingrain, you thrower! The next turn, Arcanine takes both opposing Pokemon attacks, including a super effective Ancient Power. Arcanine lives, but gets paralyzed by a Body Slam as the cherry on top. The next few turns, Hitmonlee is able to tear through their team due to helping hand from our rival. And after focusing the right side, we end up with a 2v1 against what I'm pretty sure was a Garchomp. It was using Dig earlier in the fight, and I got way too cocky and stayed in on a Dragon Claw, which took out Chicken the Honchkrow. Our rival finishes off the last Pokemon with a Gyro Ball and poison damage, and that was the fight. That death really sucked. We have the Cyrus fight coming up, and we're running out of usable Pokemon in the PC. If we want to have an easier endgame, we needed to play safe. We make our way through the distortion world with Cynthia and finally reach Cyrus. I lead off with Azumarill but switch to Arcanine to get a lucky super effective flamethrower that picks up the kill. Next, I swap to our secret weapon, Oyster the Shuckle. Now, I wasn't lying when I said we're running out of good Pokemon in the PC, but I really can't hate on Shuckle too much because of its useful utility. Thunder Wave is an all-around great move, and Encore can allow you to get the perfect switch to counter the AI. Shuckle ends up taking a lot of damage, so I swapped to Walrein to eat up the hits and slowly take it out. Whatever Pokemon this was insanely bulky, and after a Hyper Potion became really difficult to take it out. I go to Azumarill to get it down a bit, and finally back to Walrein to take the kill with Surf. I bring Oyster the Shuckle in on the next Pokemon and Encore it into Discharge. This gives me a free switch into my Golem to take it out with 2 Earthquakes. I one-shot the next Pokemon with Flamethrower from Arcanine, and Cyrus brings in his final Pokemon. Not really sure what he was thinking because he goes for Toxic Spikes, allowing us to 2-shot the Pokemon and take the win. I guess Cyrus was setting up for the late game in the late game. Our prize for beating Cyrus is of course Giratina. When I randomized this game, I made it so legendary Pokemon would be randomized to other legendary Pokemon. Play however you want, I just like this option so it's not a total letdown on whatever your legendary is. In the moment of truth, our Giratina encounter is Giratina? I'm pretty sure the game actually forces this Pokemon to be a Giratina, so that kind of sucks, but I'm not gonna complain about a free Giratina. We instantly Master Ball at turn 1 to secure the catch. I know some people don't like to use legendaries in Nuzlocks, but in randomizers, I think they're fair game. Speaking of legendaries, we start making our way to Sunny Shore City, we stop to get our Route 222 encounter, and this happens. Route 222, watch me the same thing. Based off the music, we know it's either Dialga or Palkia. And after it lands a Water Pulse on Turkey the Golem to knock it out, we're pretty sure we're fighting a Palkia. Now we have 2 options. Play it safe and run away, or take the gamble and risk losing another Pokemon. I decided to take the gamble and send and spam the Azumarill to tank hits while I throw some Ultra Balls. Now Palkia does have a rather high catch rate of 30, but the fact we snagged it before it could kill another Pokemon was super hype. 1. No way. No way. Oh my god. Let's go! Next, we head to the gym to take on Volcaner. Our team was Hitmonlee, Arcanine, Walrein, Azumarill, Palkia, and Giratina. Palkia is able to easily take out Volcaner's first Pokemon with a few Surfs because, well, I mean, it's a Palkia. And to anyone who may be upset that I'm using 2 legendaries on my team, Palkia catches a high jump kick from full from the second Pokemon and dies. So I hope you're happy. Any Pokemon that can one-shot a Palkia is a threat, so we needed to play smart in order to play around this. Thankfully, we have a Ghost type, so we bring in Giratina to force the HJK miss. And then we pull a double switch to Arcanine to get the Intimidate. 2 Flamethrowers is enough to take that Pokemon out, and we stay in on Volcaner's Pokemon he swapped out to force the HJK, and switch to Giratina for the kill. We leave Giratina in on the last Pokemon to knock it out and get us the badge with 2 Dragon Claws. We beat the 8th and final gym leader, but we lost Palkia. With 8 badges down, it's time to make our way to Victory Road. Victory Road was smooth sailing despite losing New York stripped the Hitmonlee to a counter. Most of the time, if Brick Break is, oh my god, no. Oh my god, no. Oh my god, no. Oh my god, no. Counter! Dude, that is so bullshit. That is so trash. I don't even know what mod this could have been. It had Hail. Counter. It's not a Wobbuffet. It went for Hail. Oh, wait. No, we couldn't swap out. Maybe that was the last poke. Yeah, that was probably a Wobbuffet. I was getting the last mod and this one confused. Damn. Yeah, definitely didn't see that coming. But we end up making it to the Elite Four without losing any more Pokemon. Before heading in, we decide to go for the Lake Trio encounters. Now I don't have the patience to hunt for Pokemon like Mesprit or Cresselia, so only Uxie and Azelf are on the table. Unfortunately, we ended up running out of Pokeballs on the Uxie encounter that we assumed to be an Entei, but we were able to get our Azelf encounter, which was Ribeye the Jirachi. Before the Elite Four, there's one last rival fight, and after leveling up the team and teaching some TMs, our squad was Azumarill, Arcanine, Giratina, Jirachi, Walrein, and Pepperoni the Meganium. We take out our rival's first Pokemon with Flamethrower from Arcanine and swap to Jirachi to get some flinches with Zen Headbutt. Ribeye easily takes out the second Pokemon and almost the third, but we swap to Walrein to play it safe and get the kill. Arcanine handles the fourth Pokemon, and Giratina manhandles the fifth and sixth Pokemon, finishing off the rival battle and granting us access to the Elite Four. Since we didn't lose any Pokemon in the rival fight, we have the same team going into the Elite Four. First up is Aaron, or Joe, I guess. I lead off with Arcanine and go for the Flamethrower. Easy one-shot kill. Next Pokemon, same drill, but it's a two-shot kill instead. Aaron then brings in his next Pokemon, which was either a Slowbro or a Slowking. This Pokemon was incredibly difficult to take down after going for Amnesia, and I thought switching to Giratina and going for Shadow Force would seal the deal, but the combination of the Pokemon's natural bulk and slack-off recovery made it impossible to get the kill. Eventually, I send out Pepperoni the Meganium and take it out with a few Giga Drains. We bring out Walrein for the next Pokemon, and it goes for Block. But instead of losing a Pokemon this time, we go for Encore to get some free damage. A full restore buys Aaron a little bit of time, but Walrein is able to take it down. For the last Pokemon, I send out Azumarill and two-shot it with Waterfall, and that's the first Elite Four member down with no deaths. Looking good so far. After wasting 4 of my Shadow Forces against that Slowbro, I decided to teach Shadow Claw to Giratina for Ominous Wind. I'm so happy we decided to pick up that TM. And now, for the second Elite Four member, Birth.
Let's go, second E4 member. Are they all named Joe?
Anyways, we lead off with Jirachi and go for Aura Sphere. Bertha counters with a Mirror Coat and Ribeye actually hangs on. I really thought we lost our Jirachi there. I have no idea how we lived. I bring in a Azumarill to go for the Waterfall and take whatever Pokemon that was out. Waterfall does nothing to the second Pokemon, so we swap to Giratina to kill with Dragon Claw. We Shadow Claw the next Pokemon for a clean two-shot as well. Giratina just putting the team on its back 100%. Salmonella takes a crunch, so we swap to Walrein and get a nice super effective Surf one-shot. And for Bertha's last Pokemon, Meganium comes in and one-shots with the Giga Drain, and that's 2 members down. This Elite Four run is looking really solid so far with no deaths. For Flint, I lead off with a Azumarill and get a super effective Waterfall right away. Easy one-shot kill. I'm pretty sure the second Pokemon was a Lantern based off the water and electric type move usage, so we swapped to Meganium to go for Giga Drain. Flint switches out, so we do the same the following turn into Walrein. Walrein is just an all-around tanky Pokemon, so it's usually a safe play going into it. It does its job and retaliates with a Surf to pick up the knockout. The Lantern comes out, and this time we opt for Jirachi. Instead, Headbutt takes it out in 2 hits. We do some damage to the 4th Pokemon with Jirachi, but end up getting the knockout with Giratina. And for the last Pokemon, we go out to Arcanine to get the Intimidate and fire off a Flamethrower. Unfortunately, it does nothing, so we swap to Jirachi and end up getting the Serene Grace boosted Spatial Rend crit to finish off Flint. And now it's time for the final Elite Four member. For Lucian, I decided to lead off with Spam the Azumarill. It's a great lead because it's a pretty tanky mon. It can deal a lot of damage as well. A few Ice Punches and Waterfalls is enough for Azumarill to take out the first Pokemon standing between us and the champion. The second Pokemon was a bit tough to land a good hit on, but after swapping through a few Pokemon, Walrein was able to take it out with a Surf. Same thing goes with the next Pokemon. Walrein goes for Surf twice and lands the KO. Next, we switch to Giratina for Lucian's 4th Pokemon. At this point, Giratina is running out of stab moves, and we have no elixirs or ethers in our bag. So I decide to go for an Ancient Power, and it actually ends up being a super effective hit in one-shotting. Lucian's final Pokemon comes in, and it's 100% a Frostlass. Salmonella luckily avoids a Blizzard to pick up the kill with Shadow Claw.
What do we got, Lucian? We're going to the champion, baby! We are going to the champion!
Cynthia is one of the most notable champions for how difficult she is. In our case, her team is randomized, so that could possibly help us out or work totally against us. It's all up to the RNG. This was it. Attempt one of this hack and we're at the champion. No way I'm dropping this run. I lead off with Azumarill once again and go for Waterfall. Now it didn't even hit for super effective damage and still one-shot whatever Pokemon that was. We had a bit of a Wobbuffet scare with the second Pokemon because it went for Safeguard.
All right, Waterfall. Another Safeguard mon. Another Safeguard mon. Hopefully this shit is not Wob, bro. It's not Wob. Thank God. It's not Wob. Okay.
But after Waterfall hit for not very effective, the theory was put to rest. And after seeing Ice Punch was super effective, it could very well be a grass type, so we swapped to Arcanine and picked up the KO with Flamethrower. For the third Pokemon, we go for Flamethrower again, but get mean looked. We've lost a few Pokemon in this run to trapping moves, and it's not going to happen in the champion battle. After a few Flamethrowers, we got the Pokemon down to red, but Cynthia just used a full restore. We figured out that Reversal was super effective, so after getting to lower HP, we were able to knock out the third Pokemon. Next, Cynthia sends out her ace. We swap to Walrein to use the natural bulk to our advantage and get a lucky Body Slam Paralyze. Giratina comes out and once again we get it down to red HP and Cynthia just heals. No problem for Giratina though, Dragon Claw and Brave Bird Recoil work together to take out her ace Pokemon. And now there's only 2 more Pokemon left to go. We bring out Jirachi to go for some flinches and we pick up the crit flinch instead. But again, Cynthia just heals immediately like nothing happened. We bring Azumarill out to eat up Ice Fangs and eventually take it out with a Drain Punch. Now there's one more Pokemon left. I decided to let Pepperoni the Meganium have some fun in this battle, but instead it takes a Drill Peck. Meganium's natural bulk keeps it alive though, as well as our Deathless Elite Four run. I bring in Giratina and plan to end the battle this turn.
Come on, this could be it! This one move! And it's a normal type. Nice!
New plan. Since it's using Drill Peck, it must be a flying type. So we click Ancient Power and secure the knockout. Cynthia's last Pokemon goes down, and with that, we have completed the Spriteless Pokemon Platinum Nuzlocke Challenge. This run was a ton of fun, and probably the most unique run I've ever done to this date. Once again, huge shout out to Team Subbit and XLuma for helping me put this game together. If you enjoyed the video, please let me know by leaving a like and a comment. It really does a lot to support. Also, make sure you subscribe to see more runs like these. And while you're at it, you might as well follow me on Twitch. I stream challenge runs and Nuzlocks pretty much every weekday on there, so make sure you click the link in the description to follow me. Thanks for watching.